in
Really winners. You know what I mean? Like you said, and excuse me for interrupting, but imagine putting a kid to skip and he cannot skip.
Yeah.
Imagine the impact on that kid when, as we all know, if you don't have coordination and you don't have rhythm, there's just no way.
Oh.
And you're pushing that kid away from all that by doing that.
Well, right away they say I can't. Right away they say I can't. And you know, we look at that as, if I'm a teacher, I'm like, well, they're just giving up. Okay, why don't you and I go take a I don't know, electric guitar lesson today and see how that goes. When we have no musical, I don't know about you, but I don't have much musical background. Just show up. Okay, now play this. You know, play Stairway to Heaven. And we're like, I don't know the keys or the chords. I don't know any of it. Well, come on, play Stairway to Heaven. Why are you giving up? Like, I don't even have the basics. I don't know scales.
Great example, yeah. And especially for kids, you're creating healthy environment. You're keeping actually, you develop healthy habits. You prevent obesity. It's more, if I can say, holistic development of children. Do you agree?
Yep. And using that word holistic, I think a lot of people automatically go to, oh, here we go. There's holistic just means that, yeah, holistic just means three-dimensional. And why not? To that point, one of the things that we started doing with kids was self-regulation, because that's something that kids struggle with today. And because they're constantly stimulated. It's constant stimulation. Kids aren't allowed to be bored. And so breathing exercises. And we felt that was really important. So through our Powerful Playground and through some of the other resources that we have, we offered a lot of breathing exercises. And so we would go out to some schools, they'd either hire us, or in the more impoverished areas, we'd go and we'd volunteer our time to go down to schools and help kids. And we would end our time with them with this breathing exercise. Almost every single time. The teacher would warn us about that. They'd be like, just know they're going to screw around. Like, how long are you going to have them sit there and breathe and do this stuff for us? Oh, it's only a couple minutes. Like, yeah, I don't know if I do that. Like, you're going to lose them. They're going to all this. And they were really concerned. Like, kids can't just sit there. You can't expect that. And
watch me.
Every single time. Well, the first couple times I was nervous. I was like, I don't know how this is going to go with a room full of 7-year-olds. Every single time, the kids wanted to stay and do it longer. And it was because, when we were young, and everyone says that, but, when I'm 47 now. So, when I was young, we did have technology. We did all of that, but there still was the void. There still was, you're just going to have to sit in the back seat of the car, and it's going to be a 5-hour drive, and you need to shut up. You just fight with your brother, do something. But you don't have an iPad. You're not going to be entertained. And that's just not the way it is now. So kids are constantly, if we're standing in line at the grocery store, give the kid the phone so they don't act up. And so they don't. And then all of a sudden you introduce this thing where they're breathing and they haven't felt their parasympathetic nervous system do anything.
What's that?
Like all of a sudden it's like they're stoned. They're like, whoa, this feels great. Like I don't feel like someone's, chipping at me with an ice pick. And so every single time. And so a lot of the teachers would say, hey, we started actually doing that in the classroom, and because the kids asked for it. So yeah.
Which is big. And that actually I want to start the discussion and kind of, can we have a Spider Fit Kids in Greece, like a new chapter? Is there can you have a potential introduction in other countries?
Yeah, so we've been in Ireland, we've been to Thailand, we've been to we haven't been into China, but our products are in China. We've been to really all over the world. And with the certification really is the way to do it. And we've made that so it's virtual. And those are the big spots of our business now, is the certification. And we also license to different organizations. So a large organization could say, hey, we really like your materials. We work with a lot of the youth sports governing bodies in the United States. And what we do is we create a license agreement. They can white paper our materials, which they put their logo on it. Looks like it comes from them. It looks great to parents. It looks great to the community. We still have our logo there as well, but we've created a lot of relationships like that. And that's a big part of our business now, because after the pandemic, we really shifted away from a lot, depending on the in-person type of stuff, because in-person events still people aren't showing up like they once did. And so, yeah.
Challenges, opportunities around that?
Yeah, I mean, you mean about virtual? You're talking about virtual? Yeah. I mean, the challenges with virtual, honestly, I'm an in-person person. I get energy from people. I think there's a lot of people like that. And whether it's me or one of our coaches, or it's a different thing when you can't see someone eye to eye. And sometimes that even impacts the business and impacts how deep and long you can make a relationship, because it's just, you don't have that individual interaction. However, the virtual world, and we've gone virtual, has allowed us to scale the number of coaches and parents and educators that we're able to help and inspire. We've been able to reach, people in the Middle East. We've been able to, different organizations and different entities, we've been able to reach them where we really couldn't without virtual materials. And so it's really allowed, so it's a net positive for sure, the virtual, but there is that aspect of the humanity of it, just being able to be there in the room with someone. And now when we do live is pretty rare, but we spoke at Idea World last year, and my daughter actually accompanied me on stage, and she helped. She's the original spider fit kid. If you look at the videos, she was about 2.5, 3 years old when she wanted to be in the videos, and now she's speaking, and it's really cool to see.
Well, it's a practical example of encouraging actually not only physical activity in daily life, but kind of encouraging I can mentality.
Mm-hmm. Like
and
I
you
said,
see that in your kids don't lie. You know what I mean? Like,
no.
They can try, but they cannot hide it. And just coming out and trying to speak and do all that's powerful.
Well, she turned